Hello and welcome to this October 14th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Bowley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we're taking a look at Fifth Third Bancorp, ticker symbol FITB. This is about a $10.1 billion financial company. Looking at the stock technically, you can see it has not been a very good performer since the highs back in April or early May. Financials as a whole have been underperformers, and FITB has been no exception. We've continued to trend lower throughout the summer months. Notice though, every time we've had any kind of a move to the upside like we had in early May, it was followed by a steep decline. Same thing in June, followed by a steep decline. We rallied in early July, followed by a steep decline. Same thing again heading into early August, steep decline. Take a look at what's happened here though. Since we put in this high in the middle part of September, we pulled back, but instead of having the steep decline that we had seen throughout the summer and moving to new lows, instead we saw FITB turn back up, go back up through the 50-day moving average, and notice I've marked with a couple of arrows here. Notice the volume picking up to the upside. So instead of moving up and then coming back down and printing a new low, we're actually seeing FITB start to strengthen here, and it's doing it with some increasing volume. So we've got our volume trends improving. Take a look also at the MACD. Throughout the summer, every time the rally would come up and the MACD would approach the center line, maybe just above the center line, we'd get weakness and we'd turn right back down. This one's been different. As we continue to push higher, you can see that the MACD is following suit, moving straight up. It's above the center line, pointing higher. Not only did we cross the center line back in mid-September, but on the little bit of weakness that we had at the end of September, we came back down and held the center line. So that is much more bullish acting in my opinion, and now the MACD is turning back higher again. We've had a recent double top right around the 1250, 1260 area. We made another push on on Tuesday, taking out the prior highs right around that 1250, 1260 area. You can see the volume was very strong, where we had traded over 20 million shares, the highest volume day we had seen since mid-July. So we've got the volume coming back into the stock to support these moves to the upside, and that's a bullish development. Now we did gap up on Wednesday. You can see FITB gapped up close to $13, came all the way back down, hit a 1263 low and finished at 1270. You might look at it and say not great action considering that the overall market was up, but this is a stock that has made a breakout. It's still trading above its short-term price support level, which is around 1250, 1260, so that's a good thing. And we've seen the 20-day moving average come up and cross above the 50-day moving average, and if you look over the last few months, you'll see that that had not happened until just recently. So we're starting to see more bullish momentum here. I also like the fact that when we did move lower on Tuesday, you can see on this open, we opened almost right on the 20-day moving average, and we rallied off of it. So instead of going back down, failing to hold the 20, failing to hold the 50, and having the 20 move back down below the 50, instead we're seeing the bullishness pick up here, and I think FITB looks pretty interesting. Now to the downside, 1250, 1260 is going to be the very first key area of support. I'd like to see FITB bounce off of that. If it doesn't, you've got your 20-day moving average down at 1225, the 50-day moving average at 1205, and there's also a gap area on this heavy volume move. You can see we gapped up just above $12. So I'd be looking around the $12 area. If you lose $12, you're losing a lot of key support levels: gap support, 50-day support, 20-day support. This recent support on the heavy volume where we opened at about 1220 or so, you would lose that. You'd lose this 1250, 1260 area. So really, if you fall back down below 12, I'd be careful. Otherwise, I'm looking for FITB maybe to rise back up to test this reaction high up around 14.25. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.